All right, go ahead.
And a brightness was about it.
It was bright. It was glowing. Go ahead.
And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber.
So it was like an amber color. It was like a bronze. If you spark bronze up, it looks like an amber. You know, the reflection. Go ahead.
Out of the midst of the fire.
So in the sky, there was a big chariot, man. Go ahead.
Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Those 4 living creatures just mean creation, or beasts, or living beings. We're called beasts and living beings and creatures.
That in 1812?
This is 1611.
Oh, 1611? Okay, all right.
Yeah, 1611. That's what you need, though. You need that 1611. Go ahead.
All right. And this was their appearance.
Yep.
They had the likeness of a man.
Right. In church, they teach you that the angels got 4 heads. One like an eagle, one like an ox, and one like a lion, and one like a man. That's not true. Those are their duties, their jobs. If you look that word up, where it says faces, it means employment. So their employment, or their journey, what they were for was to tear shit up, to gather the Lord's people, and to do the will of the Father, and to do work for the Lord, like workouts. Go ahead. So they're the ones that do the will of the Father, the angels. They're the ones that keep everything going. The Most High sends them back and forth to the earth. Even when you pray, they carry your prayers to the Father like an incense. That's in Revelation. If He wants to get it, we'll get it. Go ahead.
In everyone,
each person has a specific angel. It's crazy. Yep.
You know, like some people, when a relative passes, they say that's their angel watching over them. Is there something in the Bible about that?
Well, it says that angels always behold the face of the Lord, talking about us. But when a person dies, they're not worrying about this place.
Right.
When a person dies,
you know, like when someone passes and they say, I know my Father's up in heaven watching over me, and my mom's up there. You know what I mean?
Renew the face of the earth. Well, I can only tell you.
Not to get off, but like that just kind of hit me there.
Because we have to get too many scriptures to prove it. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say it to you. There's a scripture that say that their spirits before the Most High praying day and night, asking Him to return and destroy this place. Why? Because when the body dies, where is the memory held at? In the cerebellum. Yeah. In the cerebellum. So when the body dies, everything that's recorded here dies with it. It doesn't go with the spirit. The spirit is as a vapor, and it goes up to the Father. It gets transitioned into a spirit again, into a spiritual form. Then that spirit someday is going to be given a body. Can He give us a body that Yahushua has right now? No. He couldn't give it to Peter and them, because they would have been living ever since then. See that?
Yeah.
So only Yahushua could get that glory, right? So who's going to get that glory now? Us, right? All right, go ahead. I lost my point, but yeah, I guess we keep it a little bit.
All right, this is Psalms 104 and 29.
I hate when I lose my point.
It says, Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled.
Right.
Thou takest away their breath, they die and return to their dust.
This is reincarnation. So when a person dies, Job, we say my body returned to the ground, the dust. I should be saying, pay this turn. Not you good. But
he was just Job was just asking at that time because of what happened. He was asking how to shake me back to wherever my face is.
But he had wisdom, and he was right. But what was he saying though? Why is this? Go ahead, bro.
It says,
go ahead.
Verse 30.
But we're gonna get to that in a second.
It says, Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
That's right. So the Lord renews the face of the earth. How does He do that? We represent the face of the earth. So a person dies, He calls their spirit back to Him. Spirit goes back to the Father, returns to the Father. You got it? Yeah.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Father who gave it.
Yep. So when a person dies, the spirit goes back to the Father. And what did it say? He sendeth forth thy spirit, and He renews the face of the earth. How does He do that? I got my point back. Because of what? You get the spirit has to be put into a body. So what body is it going to be put into? The baby. Right there in your penile gland. You see that? As a baby. But someday He's going to take these bodies up to them chariots, These bodies gonna die off. No tattoos no more. None of that. And He's gonna give us new superhuman bodies. We ain't never used to be this small.
Right.
We used to be huge, man. That's right, brother. We going back to that. That's right.
Shine.
That's right, bro. That's right. We're going back to that. We're going back to that. When we come back down to this earth as New Jerusalem, coming out the Chariots, where it says, I seen New Jerusalem coming out of heaven, that's not an actual building. That's talking about you. You and me. Glowing, shining, coming out the Chariots. Us and our children, our families, and thousands of wives. Glowing, coming out of the Chariots, same Chariots that take us up, gonna bring us back down. After the destruction passes. The missiles. Bring us back down to the earth, we enslave people after that point.
I got 3 soon.
Yep. And we can get any scripture to prove it.
Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 26, and I'm gonna start at verse 20.
Yep.
It says, Come my people, enter thou into thou chambers, and shut thou doors about thee, and hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
What do you say? Read that one more time, bro.
Alright.
Chariots. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah.
Wait, Revelation 11. We gotta do it right.
Okay.
Revelation 11. Yep. Whoever get it first.
This is Revelation chapter 11.
Verse 10, I think. Where is that? Real quick.
Alright. Come up hither.
Yeah. Come up.
Alright. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 12.
Yep.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither, and they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Woo! That's salvation. And he said, what did it say? Didn't it say a quake or earth?
And in the same hour, there were a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven.
That's salvation, being saved from the nuclear missiles, bro. And what's going to happen? What's the other scripture? Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 26.
Now, that was the going up. Now, this is what we say going into the chariot.
This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy door about thee, and hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
No, that's clear, right? Till the indignation be overpassed. Rest here in your chambers. The chamber, if you look up that word chamber, it means apartment in the sky. What do you say that? Don't you say that healed up apartment in the sky?
Yeah. Moving on up.
Moving on up.
Finally got up here on the pie. Just can't sing.
I got a piece of the pie. There, brother.
Alright, this is Acts chapter 1, verse 9. Alright, it says, it says, when he had spoken these things, they're talking about the Lord, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into the heavens? This same Yahushua was taken up from you unto heaven, so shall come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Wow, man. Go ahead, brother. Go on. Go ahead.
This is
beautiful, man.
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 31.
Right.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Right, because Job 9:24 said the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And who's been ruling since Alexander?
Long as we can remember.
Since Alexander, since the Macedonians. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them from another.
You're going to separate them spiritually, one from another. You're going to be picking. When you say choosing, go ahead.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
He know who is, he said, my sheep hear my voice. So he know who's his and who's not. Go ahead.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Set the sheep on his right hand spiritually.
but the goats on the left.
So he's gonna push 2/3 of our people to the left. To the left, right? Yeah, it's a song. This is a true song. Right?
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Go ahead, bro.
Alright, Revelation 14?
Yeah.
This is Revelation, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their forehead. And I heard a voice from heaven, the voice of many waters, as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song. Before the throne, and before the four beasts, and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from earth.
Man, this hitting me a little bit. I can't front, bro. I know this for y'all, but it's like kind of hitting me, man.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Right. Defiled with women does not mean have sex. The women right there means philosophy. Because it said what? These 144, yep. The 144,000 gonna have the truth, but 2/3 of our people are gonna be blinded by the same fruit that Eve was blinded by in the garden. Fruit, the knowledge, the philosophy.
For they were virgins.
Virgins meaning pure. Go ahead.
These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth.
How you follow him? Following his prophecies. What do he say? Watch. Remember that?
These were redeemed from amongst men, being the first fruit unto the Most High.
So we being redeemed from amongst men right now, being the first fruits. Why? Because the scriptures say all Israel are going to be saved, but they got to die and come back as our children in a righteous earth. What's going to take that though? To bring all these damn niggas back? I had to say it like that, niggers. Is that what they acting like?
Oh yeah, you're right.
What's it going to take to bring a whole earth full of people back? A lot of sex. A lot of women. And the Most High likes that. What do you say? Be fruitful and populate.
Yeah.
Multiply. I'm looking forward to that. Yo, knowing that, it'll make you chill in this society. You won't chase so many women. A woman to have a man and you be like, I'm cool. I ain't about to do no adultery. If you look at the word adultery, it means a man having sex with another man's wife.
Yeah.
Not a man having sex with 2 women.
I got a precept to back you up.
You can have sex with 1,000 women. You're not an adulterer.
If they're your wife.
Nope. No. According to the Bible, sex is marriage.
Yeah, no, I mean I know that. I'm saying.
Oh, you said it right. Yeah,
if you're not messing with another man's wife, you're only messing with your wives.
Yep. There you go. You're right. You're right. And you can have thousands of them, and that'll keep diseases down in the neighborhood.
I'll tell everybody, you want to kill AIDS? Don't cheat.
That's right, man.
AIDS will die.
That's right. That's true. That's true. And the homosexuality.
Yeah.
I got a precept to back you up. How we're gonna bring it back a lot of children. This is Isaiah chapter 60, and I'm gonna start at verse 22.
Yeah. Let me know when you need this back too. There's no problem at all.
It says, "A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I am the Lord Yahweh." Will hasten it in his time.
Woo! Hasten it. What does that mean? Speed it up. We're gonna be like romper room on the earth and in the universe. The planets are made for us. We're gonna start off in Jerusalem.
Yeah, you see all them planets they finding?
That's for us.
Yeah.
You know, this universe, as many planets as there are and as stars there are, there's that many universes.
Yeah.
And
more than we realize.
And this is a small deck. What's it called?
Milky Way is like the smallest universe of the universe.
Yeah. What's the word, man? A small decimal
speck.
Yeah. There you go.
Of sand.
Yeah.
On the galaxy.
Yeah.
This Earth. So that's how this is.
And the planets they finding is bigger than ours.
That's
10
right.
times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, 50 times bigger.
That's right. And this right here is made for Yahushua. This is gonna be his. You know, he got something for you. He got something for all of us. It's crazy.
Father's house are many mansions.
This is a beginning point for us. All right, we just getting started to live, and I love that, man. Because a lot of people feel like they're at the end. We're at the end of this. wickedness. All right, go ahead.
This is back in Revelation chapter 14, verse 5. It says, and in their mouth were found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Right, man. Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God. And the dead...
Revelation 7. He said the angel going to descend from the east. Right? Go ahead.
And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
Right. The ones that are in the heavens. Right. Y'all don't know them, but those people that died in this truth. It's better to die in the truth than outside of the truth. Right? But the ones that are in the heavens, they're going to come back first with Yahweh Shai. They're going to be in the chariot, in them chambers. And then when the Lord shows up, if you're alive, you'll be meeting them in the air. They're already up there in the spirit waiting to get their body. They can't come back here yet.
Yeah, just like that movie.
What's that?
The name of it. There was a movie where they did that. Angels came down and people went up. I think John Travolta was in it.
If you remember.
I just can't remember the name of the movie. Huh?
Talking about Michael, yeah.
Was that the name
Michael
of the movie?
They were talking about like fallen angels, though. They talking about that Nephilim bull crap.
Okay.
Okay. And the word Nephilim just means Napoleon in the Hebrew, and it means falling one. So the ones that fell is us. We fell in 70 AD. In 70 AD, we fell to who? We fell for who? What's his name again? Vespasian, Titus?
Yeah.
That's what that's talking about. You said it earlier.
I know. I told you my mind.
We in too deep now, y'all. We in too deep now.
I told you, my mind sometimes, I'll forget a name in a heartbeat, but I'm there.
I remember you said it, though. You did say it. But remember he read the scripture earlier, these have left their first estate, and they fell? That's when we fell. You know, by having sex with the other nation's women. I'm trying not to get off subject. But right now, in the old times, we Israelites in Jerusalem, you had sex with an African, that African would have raised your child up as an African. That's what he don't want. That's the only reason you can't pop these other women. But today's times, you can pop any nation woman you want. Because our own women are teaching heathenism. You feel me? So it's about you. And through you, it don't matter what woman you pop, it's an Israelite. That child is an Israelite. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 17.
Are you almost done?
Come.
All right, I want let's get something up. Yeah. Let's finish with this. Let's get back to the point. Yep. Second. You got it.
Start over, or you want me to start at verse
5.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 5.
Yep. I'm hyped.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men.
Right. Remember, he said that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Actually, start from the top. Now, I really don't have to say nothing now, so I'm going to let it ride. You got to understand it now.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night.
Right.
And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that a man, so like that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
So just like in Ezekiel it said it's chariot. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
When the Lord show up, what it say in Revelation 7, or 1 and 7? All eyes shall see him, even the ones that pierce him. And then all the nations going to mourn. Go ahead.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire.
Right. So when the earth fills the fire, what does it do? It crumbles. Like a house. When it burns down, that shit break down. So when everybody hear his voice, they're gonna melt. They're gonna get weak, just like Nebuchadnezzar's grandson did, Belshazzar. When he seen that writing on the wall, that hand, and it said his bowels went loose. He shitted on himself. That's what Esau gonna do. They're gonna shit on themselves. When they see a black man in the heavens, and the scripture say he gonna lament like a woman in travail. You hear a woman in pregnancy with no shot, and she's screaming. Yahweh Shai, when the Most High said, it said no man knoweth the hour. So when the Most High says go, we're gonna hear him yelling, and he said he's gonna shake the earth. Ah! He gonna snap. He gonna snap. I'm getting hyped and shit. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number.
Right, you heard about Trump talking about his Star Wars?
Yeah.
That's what this talking about right here.
Space Force.
Yep, Michael, the angel Michael. Should be war in heaven. Go ahead.
It's in 12.
That's what it is.
From the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
So when World War III breaking out, all them armies gonna stop fighting and turn to fight what they call aliens. See that? Our minds are clear. We can read the scriptures and see that it's men, angels. You know, they're like men. But them, they being taught something different. We can't even imagine what's in their head, man. We can't imagine, man. You might go to some people, like you said, 5%ers and all that shit. Nephilim, Egyptology. Yo, they bugged out, man. Go ahead.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
So, is that a cloud? It said what? Mind you, he's still looking in the heavens. And he said, what did he say he did? He said he saw the Messiah do this. What did he do?
But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
So that means the mountain was in the dang on sky. This is a chariot. Go ahead. And he flew. Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
So Ezra's looking around like, where the fuck did you get that mountain from? And he ain't seen nowhere that was cut out. So it was a chariot, it came out to heaven. Just like in Ezekiel. Alright, go ahead.
After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yes durst fight.
So they were scared. That's what it said, they trembled. But they were so scared, but the Lord put the spirit on them to fight them. Just like Predator. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. So it's like a movie, bro. I told you.
That's why I'm sitting here quiet listening, because
it's like a movie,
everything
man.
relates to something.
It's like a movie, you know what I mean?
Verse 9, and lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Everything that Esau or any nation on this earth could come with, the Most High gave that to them. So he's laughing at them. Like, I gave y'all that blessing, Esau. Bring your blessing to him. Go ahead, bring it. He's standing like this. He ain't getting ready. You know how the army, get ready. Here they come, you know. He ain't going to do none of that. He going to, look at this shit here. What are they going to do next?
Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath,
Independence Day.
and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Verse 11.
Go ahead. No, read that again. I think it missed. I talked over it. Go ahead.
Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
The mouth represents the front part. So out of that he sent a laser. And he's going to break it down for you in detail.
Out of his lips a flaming breath.
We about to witness all of this, man, unless somebody dies and you don't be here, you know. But to be here and see this is a blessing. To see his salvation. Job, you got that? Real quick. Oh, select you. I don't. This is Job what? Yeah, don't ever
Job 19 and what is it, 19 and 26.
26?